Is NIO stock more likely to go to $1 to $2 this year in 2025 or $20 to $25? What do you think? Drop it in the comments. And we're actually going to go directly to the comments. This is comments from a recent video that I had. Ice Cube with the NIO will be 5x this year. So that's sort of the prediction. So I said, okay, let's have fun with this and say, all right, what if it goes to $20, $25? Who thinks it will do that? 5 people apparently agreed with that. My response was, come on, NIO. And then this one, and this is a serial hater. I've seen this account or user on lots of other NIO content, generally with something negative, but I thought it'd be fun to highlight this. So this one says, no way, NIO share price will drop to $1 to $2 this year. So again, I want to be an equal opportunity offerer of value propositions, right? Maybe you think $1 to $2 is more likely. If you're one of those folks, just talk to me about it and maybe give me some thinking behind that. It's pretty far below where NIO has been in a while, especially as NIO is inching towards profitability. But we had someone laughing about that comment, and then another one that says no shot. I think the no shot was for the 5x, but I'm not for sure. Could have been the 1 to 2. Look, I want to hear from you all. But now, after the fun part, let's now pivot over, because for those who don't know, this is the direction I'm taking this, and this is what many might not be aware of. There are a few shorts. There might even be a Chicago connection with these shorts. Here's what I mean. This Wolverine Asset Management LLC, just note that they have a very large put position, over 19 million shares. But hang in there. We're going to come back to them in just a minute, because IMC Chicago, obviously they're a Chicago-based firm. And so they have a short position. They have for a while, and they are a market maker, kind of like Citadel Advisors. Citadel, and of course, Ken Griffin runs that company, that empire, maybe is what it should be called. This is now me connecting some dots, possibly. This is a FINRA issuance of CAT reporting cases, or CAT reporting cases, and there were issues and fines levied against both Citadel and IMC. Well, Citadel, for those who don't know, used to have offices in Chicago. They have since moved to Florida, hence why I said a potential Chicago connection. But what about Wolverine? Wolverine, if we scroll down, we don't have to go far to see this. They do have a Chicago headquarters. Now, there's one more thing that I'm going to share. I've not shared this before. For those who don't know or haven't tracked this, when some of these firms choose to buy or sell off exchange or in dark pools, we do not necessarily get to see all of that buying or selling take place. And so, for example, if we see that off exchange for this day, which was the trade day that we're looking at here, is from February 7th, where there were only 37 million total shares traded, but over 18 million of those shares, so about half the volume, was actually traded off exchange. We don't really get true transparency on what's going on with those trades. And so the thinking behind that, historically, I believe the reason for this, and what I'm doing is I'm showing you this. These are some of the different color codings for what's what, but this is kind of the obvious one. And I've pulled up the full history of NIO stock. So the white, which is the bottom there, is the off exchange, or what could be happening in dark pools for the whole history of the stock. Very interesting to note that those high levels are in play pretty much the whole time that NIO has been traded. Now, the way that I think of this, kind of from a simplistic term, is if big money wants to buy, let's say, and they decide they want to buy 100 million shares of NIO stock, but they don't want to do all the buying in one day, so it's not obvious, they may put their orders in over the course of, let's say, 10 trade days, buying 10 million at a time each day over the course of 10 days. And if they do that off exchange, then they're not tipping their hat off to the market. So everyone else can't see what they're doing, which is why I believe sometimes we see big moves after all of these, let's say buying takes place, or the buying of different firms perhaps at the same time takes place. Now, does that mean I'm saying this is about to happen? No, I'm not sure. I think it's harder to read with NIO than, let's say, Alibaba. Alibaba, I do think we are seeing big money buying it right now. And so I am curious, because there have been times early on in the trading days where there have been, 10 million shares of NIO roughly being traded over the course of a number of days. So it could be that some of these very firms that are short will go long. And I'm also curious if anybody thinks that some of these could even be aligned and maybe shorting it together. What do you think? I want to hear from you. If you made it to the end of this super long video, congratulations. Let me get this thing up and out. Have a great day. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Whenever you see this, I'll be back with more content before we know it.